Yes. Okay. Uh, 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 uh. Uh, yeah, welcome back guys to another stream for today. So yeah, yesterday I did not have any stream because there's something that I need to do basically. So I need to reschedule. Yeah, things has been very busy lately. So yeah, please bear with me. Okay, I think without further delay, just get started, I guess. Um, okay, so basically, what we did on the last stream, right? We already like making the clothing. So actually, I went ahead and modeled this last piece, which is the what is it called? The mantle. So this is the mantle. But yeah, overall, what we are going to continue what we did from the last stream. So what we are going to do for today is, since the model is pretty much complete, we have the eye, I mean the hair, the clothing, and then the body parts. Yeah, essentially it's already complete. We can continue working on the texturing part. On the we are going to start working with the UV mapping first. So yeah, I think without further ado, let's just get started. Now, what I usually do for UV unwrap before I do anything to the model, of course, just as usual, I will duplicate and make a backup for this first. Okay, now we missed something. uh, I forgot to copy the body. Okay, so now you have the backup. I think we can start working on the UV. So I think we can start working with the hat first. So I isolate this. So I'm going to choose the UV. Oh, actually, we need to create a new material for this. I mean, the new texture. So maybe you can create a new material instead. So I'm going to create a new material and rename this to UV material. And then I'm going to make another image. And for this, I will choose rename this to UV checker, and then make a texture 4K in resolution, and choose the color grade. Then I can begin UV unwrapping the model. So let's start with the hat. I'm not sure why it's not loading the UV. There we go. Okay, so I think we are going to separate the ears here. So I'm going to mark the UV right there. Mark the seam. And for the head, I mean the face, going somewhere around here. Fix the topology a bit. Okay. That's good. We also need to separate the mouth. Okay, that's good. Also the eyelid, the isolates here. Then unwrap it. It looks okay, but we can improve, especially the face here. I think I'm going to cut it right there. Let's see. Unwrap. Now it's clean, as you can see. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now let's move on to the eyes. So apply the UV material. It's going to be a bit simple UV here. So project from view. Set up this one and unwrap, and then choose relax. I forgot to turn on the screencast here. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using this add-on called the Zen UV. So essentially, it's helped me to make the UV turns to be like rectangular, like this. Okay, so let's move on to this one. We can simply unwrap. Let me twist these parts. Okay, nice. Okay. And that's all. Let me mark it as finish. And then we can pack this. Where is it? There we go. Nope. Okay, there we go. I think I missed something. Oh, yeah, I think it's good. Okay. Now this is the UV48. I think I will pack this island together. So pack. Yeah, we can make this quadrify if necessary. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can skip that. How about this? Okay, so we missed one thing right here. I should have added this seam. You can unwrap it again. Now it's looking good. You can also make it rectangular. Same thing with this, with the teeth. Okay, I think that's all. Let's pack it again. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so let's move on to the body. Now I already put some UV, I mean the seam right there, but I can improve this. So for the leg, this will going to, we'll cut it right here. Maybe not, maybe below it. There you go. Body foot, got it right there. Yeah, I think that's okay. And now we will split it in half. Okay, now it's a bit confusing. Not sure where I should cut this, because the topology actually is not straight to this part. Let's see. We actually like kind of can do this, but it's not the usual thing that I do. But let's see. So we can cut it like that and then unwrap this. And as you can see, it's connecting in one single sheet. What if I cut it right there? Yeah, it finally needs another topology here. Yeah, I think I will fix the topology instead. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Mhm. How about this? Yeah, to be honest, I don't really like it. Oh, I think we can merge this. Okay, now I like this. I think this topology is pretty good. Okay, so now I should be able to cut it in the middle like this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's now much more better. Yeah, let's just simply unwrap. Yeah, why this one is not have any texture? Is it luck? I think it's luck. Let me type this on finish. Yeah, let's see. There's something problematic here. Yeah, it's pinned. As you can see the red dots there. So the way to fix this is select this part and then press Alt P. There you go. And then we can unwrap this again. Okay, that's good. Now what we need to do is make it quadrify. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see if I can make another workaround. Yeah, maybe we could put it like here. Let's see, and then quadrify. Yep, that's not going to work. Let's see. Let's see. I think I'm going to use the traditional way, which is pinning the vertex. So basically, I'm going to rotate it like this, and then I'm going to choose this striatum. Why is not working? Let's see. Yeah, selection vertex by vertex. There we go. Yeah, the reason I do this is because the texture is going to have two versions. One is using pixelated texture, and another one is going to use a regular texture. That's why I do this, to make sure the pixels are correctly placed. Okay, now we already have it pinned. You can select the other vertex and then unwrap it by menu unfor vertex. There you go. And it's in square, which is what I want. Okay, let's try again. Okay, now this is much more better. Yeah, I noticed there's a bit like stretching over here, so I tried to fix that by redistributing the vertex. Yeah, that's good. Now let's move on to other parts. Let's see if we can quadrify this leg. So, and let's see if we can just simply choose this. Yep, that's not going to work. Okay, so we need to do it manually. So yeah, to do the same setup. Now we can choose the pins. Oops. And unwrap this. Now we need to redo this by a couple times to make sure the UV are not stretched. Okay, I think that's good. So I think we can move on to the feet. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to rotate it in the middle like that. Let's see if we can unwrap it correctly. Okay, that's not the way I expected. Let's see. Maybe we can flatten this. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, sometimes thing does not work we're just going to revert back. I think I'm going to instead I'm going to make it mirrored. So like this, and then we can choose this. There should be a mirror option here. So mirror. Okay, not sure why it's not working. Okay, let's try to move this. Okay, that's not working. I think we can do it this instead. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not perfectly, you know. Yeah, still kind of want to fix that. Let's see my audio model that I did for this client here. So yeah, what I did is basically the same thing. So I think it's safe to choose this same technique. Yeah, let's keep it this way. Okay, that's all for the foot and the legs. Now let's move on to the hands here. I think the hands just going to be fine like that. Now for the torso, I mean the body here, we need to make some adjustment, especially in this part of this center of the body. So what I'm going to do is make it straight. Second. This one too. Yeah. Let me see what I did for the other model. Yeah, I was referenced to the previous one because sometimes I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so what I did for this model is making this center part straight. Okay, let's choose the same technique. So I'm going to unpin this and this one too. There you go, nice, much more better. I think I will make it straight right there. And then same thing with this one. I think that looks good. What if I remove this seam? Okay, that arrived. Let's see if I can fix it. That's it. That's not going to work. Yeah, let's keep it this way. Yeah, I wonder if we can make it straight. Let's try this. Yeah, I think that's not going to work. Hmm. Okay, we can keep it like that. Okay, I think that's all for the body, right? So I'm going to mark this as finish and then pack the island. Not sure why it's not working. There we go. Okay, let's move on to the quotes. Yeah, I think before that, because we did change some topology on the body here, then I'm going to make sure it matches with the reference. Okay, so there's a bit like adjustment here, so let me push it, pull it out. I think we're good. Okay, so for the quotes, there are two layers. So first is this one. We need to update this because we did some adjustment. So yeah. I'm going to cut this, and then this area around the neck. And then the rest of the shirt, lower shirt here. Let's see what, I think we are good with this one. Now let's delete this, and then copy the one from these parts. Yeah, let's copy this, and then scale it up a bit. Yeah, I think it's better to use this layout. It's kind of hard to see. So I believe it was like 0.004. There we go. Now we can join these parts together. Okay, that's good. We need to do the same thing with these parts. Okay, now finally this one. Now you notice there's a bit like dent here, so I'm going to remove that. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's go back to the UV mapping. Yeah, same thing basically. You're going to use this UV material, then unwrap all of these parts. So just to make sure there's no pinning, I'm going to remove them. Oh yeah, I do forget to apply the thin edges here. Let's see what I miss. You think I can just unwrap this? Unwrap. Okay, so for this one, we need to make it square. And then this part's too. This part's same thing. I think I missed this one. Okay, that's nice. There you go. And it should be all. So for this part, we need to do it manually. So yeah, same technique what we did for the body previously. I'm not sure why it's rotated, but yeah, let's rotate it back. That. Okay, that's nice. Now we can select the pins and unwrap this. There we go. And that's turned out pretty nicely. And let's move on to let's see. I kind of want to make this connected. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, that not looks good. Yeah, let's keep it the original. Yeah, so let's move on to these parts of the arm here. So I believe we can just quantify this. Nope. We need to do it manually, of course. Okay, that's good. Okay, not sure why I have these dots at the middle. Let's delete this. Probably not important. Okay, we missed this one. What is this? Is it duplicate? There we go. I think that's all. Let's mark it finish and then pack this. There you go. Okay, so since we have made adjustment to the body, we also need to copy that and apply this to dismantle. But before that, I think we can move on to the pants first. And yeah, I think the pants should be also affected, if not mistaken. Yeah, it's likely affected. Let's just fix this real quick. Good. Grab this. Okay, so for this area, we need to do manual tweaking. Let's see. So the center of the pen is this one. Let's see if I can project from view maybe. Mm, yeah, let me refer to the body. I mean, I could got it at the middle here, but not sure if that's what I want. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to just make this straight. Let's test that. Pin this and pin this. Another one here. Another one here. Yeah, it's the result is not bad, but I don't like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's not going to work. What should I do? What should I do? I think I'm going to just refer to the image here, see if I can make some trick. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I think I'm just going to just maybe make a pin right here. Same thing with this one. Okay, let's try to unwrap this. Mm, yeah, that's not it. It looks okay, but let's see. Um, yeah, I think for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to cut it in the middle here, somewhere right there. Uh, yeah, that's the best, but I think that's pretty good. Okay, we can move on. Maybe not. Let's see. I kind of want to make this also uh, straight like that. Yeah, UV mapping is quite tedious, but it's a very important part of modeling. So I want to make sure everything is uh, configured correctly. I think we are good. Let's move on to the shoes here. Let's also probably unwrap this, I guess. There we go. I'm not sure we have this. There we go. And then for the shoe, I'm going to cut it here. Okay, very good. Let's move on to the shoe. Let's see. Put it. There you go. Nice. That's all for the fence. So let me pack this. All right, there we go. Question from Secret Talks 5065. What is the UV add-in? I'm using an add-in called Zen UV add-in here. If you can read it, it's over here. So basically, what I use this add-in is to make the UV rectangular like this, and also pack the islands. But there are some other alternative like this Mio 3, but I'm not quite familiar with it. So yeah, you can choose any add-in as long as it's, you know, do the thing. Basically, what I use for the add-in is make the UV rectangular. Another question is, can you tell me how people use UTeams? Like for one character, they have like 5 different ID maps. Um, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what you're referring with the UDIMs are. I think you are referring these parts, if I'm not mistaken. The UV maps. Uh, I don't know. I'm not quite familiar also. But usually, if a character have different UVs, you can add UV like I think these are called what UV IDR. If we export the model to like game engines, they will refer to this UV. So this one's going to be UV 0, and then this one's going to be UV 1, and so on and so forth. Usually game engine only support like I think it was like 4 or 5 UVs. So the way you basically like so I have these two UVs, right? So the first one is already I already met the UV like this. And if I were to make another UV and like say I rotate it by 80 degree or maybe yeah, let's do some chaos here. So basically what uh you can like take the texture onto this different UV and then use it on game engines. I think the practical one that usually used for characters are the face. So, for example, if this face kind of have like a blushing texture, you will like to add another UV usually. But yeah, there's so many cases, but basically that's are the example. Yeah, I hope I hope that answer the question. If not, then yeah, uh I don't really have any answer. Okay, so I think we can move on to this little fabric here. Let's go to UV maps. Yeah, we'll just simply unwrap this. Let's see if we can make it qualify. And nope. So some parts are, but some parts are not properly. Forgot to note. There we go. Then we can also separate this. So it's basically like two, like a fold, right? So I think I will add some shadow over there. So I will cut it at the middle here. Let's see. It kind of works. Okay, so a piece of fabric here is kind of a bit hard to unwrap, turns out. I think that works. But this one. Let's see. Yeah, that works too. Although there is a bit like errors up here. Yeah, it's harder than I thought. uh, yeah, we can actually like simply unwrap like that, like a simple UV, because but I do kind of want to make it rectangle. Let's see if I can make some adjustment here. I can do it like that. Okay, so I found the solution. So let's apply to all of them. Ooh, the camera. It's pretty bad. Should do the trick. And do the same thing. Okay, now last one. Okay. That's that's quite a lot of time to spend for a piece of clothes. But yeah, we got this. Then we can pack the island. There you go. So let's move on to this one. Yeah, I'm thinking like we can separate this by the edges like that. Mm, It's good. How about this one? Yeah, that's sweet but easy. Okay, so finally it's this middle one. Okay, so the problem is not sure why it's when I select this, it select all of them. Yeah, let's try to do it manually, I guess. Oh, I think I know why. But let's see if I can quadrify this. Yes, there's some errors, but that's not major, I think. I can quadrify. There we go. Nice, turned out nicely. And I'm going to pack this. Okay, so that's a bit tiring. Okay, so what's next is make the UV for this clothes, the outer one. But before that, there's some adjustment that I need to do is copying these changes that I made previously on the body. So yeah, I'm going to, let's see. I think before that, let me copy this like that. So around this area, like that, and then copy the new one from the shirt here. Copy, try that, and then extrude it a bit. I think it's about 0.005. And yeah, basically we can merge them together. Yeah, the reason I do this is when we going to rig it, it's going to be a bit much more simpler. because the mesh is going to deform nicely. But if there is some changes, we need to fix it manually like that, which is sometimes it quite tiring. But yeah, it is what it is. Because this area is actually a bit lower. So let me try to do that. So now we need to adjust this a bit to match with what I had previously. Basically the shape, overall the shape. We can also choose to see the reference instead. There you go. You know what? We can also do this. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's just use this technique instead. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe I can add a shrink wrap modifier and then wrap these new meshes onto the old one. But I think that makes the process more complicated. So yeah, let's keep it this simple way. Okay, that's good. Let's make sure there is no vertex that are not merged. But I think that's all merged correctly. So yeah, let's move on to the UV mapping. So yeah, basically the same thing. We are going to unwrap this UV. So the technique is going to separate these parts. This is a very long part actually. Let's see. I think I'm going to separate at this intersection. In this area are the skirt, this skirting. Maybe not. Maybe we can keep it this way. I think I'm going to delete this one. Okay. Yeah, let's start with the simple one, which is this area. Actually, it's not simple. Yeah, I forgot to extrude this to the inside. We could making the same mistake here. Oh, yeah, it's kind of a bit confusing. Yeah, let's start with this one and this one. Sure why it's not working. Oh, I forgot to add here. This should be everything. There you go. There's a bit error. Why this one is separated? And why there's a dot here? It's really mysterious. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit hard to see what's caused the error. Oh, there we go, we found it. You little fish of face. Okay, now I should everything works. Okay, mock finish. And practice. Good. Let's move on to this piece of clothing. Yeah, I think I need a larger screen because it's pretty crowded here. Yeah, I do have a larger screen, but it's not a tablet. So, yeah, I need to pair with it. Okay, not good. Let's see. Yeah, that's not an ideal idea. Yeah, that's not going to work. I think that's good. Right, so let's move on to the arms here. Okay, so I think for the arms, I'm going to copy from the other model. I guess, or maybe we can trace this. So I think it's much more. It's a simple. Like, okay, let's try it. We need to split it in half and wrap. Same technique. Yeah. That's not going to work. Yeah, let's revert it back. But I do think like we need to rotate this at a proper rotation. So I'm going to rotate it like that. There we go. Okay, let's see. I think that's all. So let's pack it as finish and then pack the island. Maybe we need. I think we missed something. I think we have not done yet with this area. Okay, that's all. Oh wait, there's some errors here. So there's a bit like stretched. I don't really like that, so let me fix that. Yeah, it's caused by this one. So I'm going to select some of these vertex. Print it. Yeah, it's still happening. Let's see if there's a better solution. Yeah, I think I like this better. Okay. Let's do the same thing with the insides. Okay, let's do it. Alright. That's a bit tiring. Yeah, I forgot about this one. Let's see. Should be easy, I guess. Yeah, it's not easy. Okay, that's one. Oh, I forgot to put this. That's why. Okay, and finally the center part. Yeah, the center one is not working, so I'm going to do it manually. Okay, that should be everything. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm going to group this into several parts, I guess. Or maybe we can just group all of them. Wait a second. I think I forgot about the hands rotation here. So this one should rotate it like that. Okay, that's nice. And now I think we can just maybe accept the body. Okay, now we can pack this. There we go. Now for the body, we can repack it again. Okay. So yeah, I think this is pretty much it. Yeah, the rest is going to be the same technique for this one, the hair, this accessory, the mantle too. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this offline later, but I think I already cover most of the models, so because it's currently at 10 p.m. so I usually time box it in 2 hours, so yeah. Yeah, I think we can wrap up this stream. And for tomorrow, we are going to start texturing the model, I think. So yeah, I will schedule another stream for tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the stream, guys, and I hope to see you tomorrow.